G'day, fellas. Welcome to the first game between Kaiserklein and Knuschelbär in the $2,000 Tabletopper series for the month of March. It's currently the 19th of April. We've been a little bit delayed in reaching the finals, but here we are after a grueling finals. Kaiserklein has managed to make his way through the preliminaries, through the semis, and now finally to face Knuschelbär in a rematch of the Tabletopper from February. Spawning in the north of the map is the man himself, Kaiserklein, the reigning champion. His opponent spawning in the south of the map, Knuschelbär. Knuschelbär is known for his greedy play, and I'm looking forward to seeing lots of it today. This is the first time we're seeing him on the United States. For anybody unfamiliar with the format of this tournament, it is indeed a United States mirror that we've got opening up the game for you. So with the United States mirror, I'm expecting that we're going to see a lot of action. The United States is one of the brand new civilizations. It's a little bit unfound. People don't really know what's going on with it yet. So I'm hoping that we're going to see some crazy stuff coming out. Most of the games that we've seen so far with the United States have been particularly, what's the word? Short, I guess would be the right way to say it. But now we see Kaiserklein moving his villages. Let's see. He's got 300 wood saved up. Now this the 200. So the house going down. And we've got the 80 food being picked up for him in the north of the map. Horatio Gates is picking that one up. Sounding like a little bit of Mexican influence. And we've got William Smallwood going to pick up the 75 wood. I'll tell you now, that's definitely no Smallwood treasure right there. You guys see what I did there? Did you guys see? Because his name's William Smallwood, that's why. All right, let's take a look at their decks. We've got Kaiserklein bringing in the French immigrants. Have we got an updated deck? Looking pretty standard. Looking pretty standard. We've got the 11 State Militia cards. 11 State Militia, rather, in the 2 heavy cannons in the 4th age. We've got nothing else, really. We've got the Seminoles in age 2. No infinite, 2 Gatling guns. Very curious to see, what are we going to see out of the big Noosh? He's got the French immigrants already on the way. A minute 50. Oh my lord, we've got Spanish immigrants. Wow. So with Spanish immigrants, also got Hamiltonian economics. So for anybody unfamiliar with this card, a new card exclusive to the United States, Hamiltonian economics reduces the cost of all market technologies, bringing it down to 0, and also reducing the buy factor, or improving the buy factor. So it's 10 lower than it should be, or 10 lower than normal. Interestingly as well, we also have 2 infinite Gatling guns. Very excited to see that card in the deck. I love this card. I genuinely think this is a wonderful card. It feels really nice being able to continue sending in Gatling guns, a meaningful amount of Gatling guns. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. All right, so an XP treasure now being picked up. We've got players about to enter into transition period. They've got 600 food. Both of them quite even, actually, when we look at it. The only real difference is that Noosh's got an 80 wood treasure, or 75 wood treasure. Definitely no small wood treasure, that's for sure. And now Kaiserklein picking up the 40 coin as well. Let's take a look and see what we've got for line of sight. There's a fair bit that's been moved around. 135 coin treasure that's in the middle of the map. A stray dog needing a bit of rescue. And now the transition period. You can hear all those villagers being ushered through the town center onto the other side, because it looks like it's time for a bank wagon, ladies and gentlemen. The bank wagon, the Dutch immigrants on the other way, coming in now. But we've got a little bit of a switch up here. Oh my lord. There's no coin going down for this one. There is no coin. There's no coin at all being gathered.
Hello.
We've now got the settler that's slowly pushing it in, the hunt. We've got another settler that's head out over onto the left flank. And Mr. William Smallwood is heading up the east coast. He's going to be now looking to get the market upgrades as well, and probably going to be seeing Spanish coming in here. So there's no Irish immigrants. We've only got the Dutch immigrants and the Spanish immigrants, so potentially going to be seeing those Spanish immigrants. We've got the Knuschelbär is going up with Virginia, so when he arrives in the 2nd age, Virginia is going to be providing him with a military wagon, but he spots Horatio taking out the shot. Noosh is now moved into position, going to be getting a lot of free hits on the enemy explorer here. Let's take a look and see what Kaiserklein's gone up with. He's gone up with Pennsylvania. This is something Kaiserklein has done a lot. He's been going up with Pennsylvania, ships this bank wagon, really gets the economy absolutely rolling. And unfortunately, it looks like Kaiserklein's explorer is going to be taking a lot of damage here. Let's see if he gets the last shot in. He's probably going to be right here. He's going to be moving away after this next melee attack, taking the shot. Oh, no. And it looks like he's definitely got it. And Knuschelbär walking away with his tail between his legs and saying, you know what? I'm pretty sure you've got it as well. Letting him take it. Kaiserklein getting that mahogany wood worth 80 food, or 80 wood, rather. barracks or outpost wagon now coming in for Kaiserklein. Looks like he's going to be putting it in a bit of a forward position. A livestock pen going down for Kaiserklein. Okay. He's fixed that one up. Bank wagon now going down instead. Outpost wagon being placed very aggressively. So Kaiserklein opting in these mirrors to play a bit more aggressive than his opponents typically. Looking at the other side now for Knusch. So Knusch not even going for a bank wagon or Spanish immigrants. Just keeping them in the deck. Just in case, you know, doing them almost to scare off. Now keep in mind, guys, this is a best of 9 series, okay? So the player that reaches 5 points first is going to be taking away this entire series. So whether that's 5-4, 5-3, 5-2, 5-1, doesn't matter. It's just going to be 5 points that they've got to hit. Yesterday it was a best of 7. The day before that, 2 best of 5s. So today we finish it up with a best of 9. And one of the greatest players that's ever lived with Age of Empires 3, Kaiserklein, is on the brand new civilization, the United States. He's now shipping in Philadelphia Convention from the home city. So this is going to be providing a meeting house wagon, which is the equivalent of a church. So 150 wood, not too shabby. And also going to be sending in a bank wagon. Not a bank wagon, but it's going to be sending in a coin trickle. So this is a huge, definitely a bit more of a greedy play. But we've got Minutemen being called here. I don't know whether this is intentional. It's on the front line, so it's almost 100% intentional. Indeed it is. We've now got the Horatio Gates Explorer taking down this treasure. So very, very nice play here from Kaiser, using the Minutemen to his advantage, leveraging them, spending 150 coin and 150 food, but at the same time recovering 135 coin. So doing really quite well. Pennsylvania Pound now coming in behind this as well. This is equivalent to 2.5 coin. So the bank being 2.75 coin, you can pretty much call that a second bank at this stage. So Kaiser definitely quite far ahead when it comes to the economy. But speaking of far ahead, we've got New Hampshire all the way up. Or like, geez, that's quick. That is so quick. That is a very, very fast fortress. We've got the villagers that can be produced from the town center, but the Minutemen now moving in as well to do a little bit of raiding. And Mr. William Smallwood fighting it off with Horatio Gates, and Kaiser looking to try and pick off the Explorer, get that extra 100 experience. Now we've got the levy, the small handful of Minutemen defending on the back. Probably going to take a single shot off, taking out the first Minutemen. Looks like they're going to be able to get William Smallwood down potentially here. Actually, it doesn't look like he's going to go down. Looks like Knusch is actually going to be able to out-micro. Doing really well. Age up at 6 minutes 36. Incredibly fast age up. Does he go for the factory wagon straight away? I want to see him just drop that factory wagon down. He's aged up so fast here. He's got the Minutemen that he's used, so he's in a good spot. He doesn't really have anything else that he can send. He's housed. Not only is he housed, but he's double housed. What is a double house, you might ask? You would need 2 houses to put down this, or to have any military units. So that's it. He's double housed right now, but definitely nothing coming in yet. So it makes me think is he going? He should have sent the factory by now. So surely he's not going factory. But I mean, you've got such an advantage. You've got a huge space of time. You could almost have your factory in now. 54th Massachusetts coming in behind this, buying up some more wood. Just, yeah, a huge amount of population space needed here, idling at one of the worst times, but Kaiserklein now being chased back, got the age up in queue. New Hampshire is the way that he's chosen to go, dropping down that barracks as well. Keep in mind, he didn't get a free barracks with his age up. His age up was the outpost, but his Explorer now being caught. Horatio Gates potentially going to go down. At the very least, Mr. Smallwood is going to take him out. Got slightly more hit points, but Kaiser is really aiming to keep this Explorer alive, just primarily because it's 100 XP. If he loses this, he's essentially giving over a shipment to his opponent, now calling in the first Pennsylvania Rifles. Really, really smart play. So these Pennsylvania Rifles are essentially skirmisher units, okay? 14 with a 2.5 bonus. So they are the equivalent of like Cassadors is the best way to think about them. And calling them from the church, or the meeting house rather, and he would have been able to do this because he sent the Philadelphia Convention. But now these sharpshooters sitting on the outside, the outskirts, just sort of minding their own business. Now keep in mind, when he does reach the 3rd age, they're automatically going to tech up to the next age, dropping down a house now because he is quite close to house, calling Minutemen as well. So this is the 2nd batch now of Minutemen. But we've got some units on the front line. The regulars are pushing up with some state militia that have come in. They've both got the veterancy upgrades. The flag going down as well. So he's put a flag down quite defensively. And Kaiserklein now with the sharpshooters and Minutemen picking off the Explorer of Knuschelbär, dropping that down. So they've both lost their Explorers now. Both XP going over to each side, each player. A little bit of interesting macro here from Kaiserklein. He doesn't have any mercenaries in the deck. So that 600 coin is really just sitting there idle. Placer mines now being improved. We're going to have the outpost going down in the middle of the map. Kaiserklein reaching the 3rd age. What do we have in as his first shipment? Keep in mind he is housed. So he's about 4 population away at the moment from being unhoused. But doesn't have that factory coming in yet. He did age up 2nd, so typically it's not a wise choice for him to be really sending a factory right now. Let's take a look and see what Knuschelbär's up to. Knuschelbär, no factory for him either. He's sent the 3 Gatlings in and the 54th Massachusetts. He's also got 8 regulars coming in behind this, but he doesn't have any mid-map outpost. Doesn't really need one though, because look at all the units that he's got coming out. This is quite all in. I do like this from Noosh. This is a wonderful timing attack. Maybe all in isn't the right word. No, you know what, Drongo? All in is the right word. He's got 21 villages, absolutely no bank, no trickles, no factory, no nothing. And he's shipping in units, constant units. 1, 2, 3 separate batches of units in now. Going to be taking out a house of Kaiserklein. Kaiserklein on his own side, researching the veteran regulars as well as the 3 Gatling guns. He doesn't have those 2 infinite Gatling guns to send in as well. The populations are relatively even. We've got 70 population up against 59, so not too bad at all. Also sending in Continental Rangers, which is an interesting choice. Okay, correct choice, Kaiser. Continental Rangers at this point upgrades your sharpshooters and upgrades your state militia, and you've got absolutely none of those. So a really good choice for Kaiser to cancel that. But keep in mind, Kaiser's macro right now not looking the best. He does have the market up, but I mean, it's not really... You know, he's not really doing the best. I'd love to see Russian-American company, but he just doesn't have it. I'm curious, does Noosh even have Russian-American company? He doesn't. Neither of the players have got Russian-American company in their deck. But that would definitely enable him to leverage the economy that he's managed to build up right now. You know, put down a couple of defensive buildings and really just, you know, send his units into overdrive. And now a house going to be picked off by Kaiserklein as well, going to be losing that one. Looks like a couple of the sharpshooters going to go down. We've now got the veteran state militia out as well. This is from the 54th Massachusetts. The factory wagon now sitting down on the coin mine, just idling out a little bit. So a bit of a mistake here coming in from Kaiser. 11 idles at the moment as well. So definitely a little bit of a tense spot right now. Is he going to pick up this factory wagon? He's lost a lot of resources out of that. Probably close to 70, 80 resources potentially. So a fair bit, and still stacking up all this coin. So much coin. He's got 7 villages on coin, but I don't think he realizes, in addition to having this bank, he's also got his trickle. So really, you know, not working out his macro just yet. Kaiser now moving into position with his own Gatling guns. It looks like he's actually managing to get a pretty good volley off and splitting up his Gatling guns as well. So this is a really good thing to do. But it looks like the 2 Gatling guns sitting right on top of each other are going to get taken out. There looks to be 1 Gatling gun. All of the Gatling guns are now dead for both players. And at this point, the question is, where are the next Gatling guns coming in? Because the 2 infinite Gatling guns haven't been sent yet from the home city, but a huge mass here for Knuschelbär, and definitely starting to pull ahead when it comes to the mass. And the factory wagon now arriving behind it. I don't think we still don't have a... Sorry, did I say factory? I meant fort. Yes. We've now got a fort wagon, which is going to be coming up to the middle of the map, really applying some pressure. But Kaiserklein has definitely got the lead at this stage, I would say. Same villager count, but look at this income. Just a huge difference. He's got his factory down. Oh, it's beautiful. In mirrors, I love playing greedy, and I think, you know, Noosh has got to take a note out of the book of Kaiser, because this is the way to play it, baby. Let me tell you that much. 5.5 wood a second. Okay. He's got his gang saw. That's a 10 villager shipment right there. 5.5 wood a second. Times it by 10 on a standard villager, you got 10 villagers. That is a huge amount of income that he's got right now. Right now, like, if you're doing a villager count, that's 37 plus the 4 from here, plus the 4 from the trickle. He is up like 18 villagers right now. That is massive. That is so big. Wow. Okay. All right. Calm down, Drongo. It's all right. So he's putting this fort up. This fort's going to give him, you know, quite a bit of decent map control. You don't really have a response to this as the United States. I think the closest thing you've got as a response to this is petards. You know, with this fort going down, it's going to isolate this coin mine, potentially secure this hunt, and really force Kaiserklein into the corner here. But it doesn't really do much else than that. And when it comes to coin mines on this map, Kaiserklein's not in a particularly bad spot. He's got a bank. He's got the trickle already. He's got a coin mine back here. He's got a coin mine back here. He's got a coin mine over here. He doesn't need to be worried about it. And he does see the fort. The fort, obviously, I'm not sure whether it got a shot off, but he's definitely spotted that one. Now being housed a bit, attempting to build a Culverin or a Gatling gun. I'm not too sure which way he was going, but a whole bunch of Gatlings out now for Kaiser. I love the way that he's playing this. It's going to be really hard for Knuschelbär to deal with this without getting Culverin of his own, because even using a shipment to get the 2 Gatling guns on the field isn't going to give him enough space to really do much. He's definitely going to. So he's getting his own Gatling guns, training them at the fort. This is actually quite big brain. Something I hadn't considered, and he's got the flag right next to it, so it's going to be increasing the speed of the Gatlings as well. But keep in mind, guys, no bank, no trickle from the church, no factory. This is, from here, it's a really difficult spot because Kaiser is just, in my opinion, Kaiser is, you know, if I was going to give percentages out right now, I would say like Kaiserklein, like 93% chance to win at this point. Because, we do have the 2 Gatling guns here, so that makes it the 4 Gatling guns, so not bad. But the Culverin is almost out, and the siege on these bad boys isn't too fast. Now actually giving up the Minutemen, so calling the Minutemen from the TC, giving them up just to delay this so that he can guarantee the pop of the Culverin. Because when he gets these 2 Culverin out, it's going to be really putting Noosh on the back foot. I don't think it's going to have any trouble getting it out. Yeah, the Culverin are about to pop now. Looks like they're probably going to pop into this spot. No. Oh, that's so smart. He's popped them out this side and then pull tricked them back. Really just like, I don't know how his brain fits in his head sometimes. And the Culverin firing blank shots. Oh man, you hate to see it. You really hate to see that. I know that pain all too well. And so now 37 veteran regulars on the field. We've got the United States Army coming in, so that's going to increase the attack and hit points of Minutemen and the United States General and heavy infantry, of course. So these are heavy infantry. That upgrade has affected them, so that's a combat card. Think of it like the British combat card. Essentially the same thing for them.
Orders.
And now I hear an artillery foundry being built. Going to need to be built for the Culverin. So despite having this factory up, it just really doesn't give enough to the United States arsenal because it doesn't provide that ability to train Culverin. So it means that he's got to invest those resources. And I suspect that at this point, so now we've got a state militia being pulled away or killed at the top. It's really a question of micro. You know, if Kaiser is or if Knuschelbär is able to out micro Kaiser, like let's say he gets 3 Culves out, and he one-shots all the Culves of Kaiser. And then from there, he's able to take out all of the Gatlings from Kaiser. He can definitely like win a fight and steamroll over the top. Even though he's got a much lower economy at this point. I mean, we take a look, 33 villages right now compared to Kaiserklein's 33 villages. But we've got the 5.5 wood trickle, the 2.75 bank, and the 2.5 coming in from the meeting house. We've also got another town center going up here for Kaiser. And oh my god, using the inspiring flag to boost the build speed of the town center. This is so smart. It grants a 50% construction speed to all buildings. This is huge. I never even thought about doing this. You can use this economically. Oh my god, man. I love what Kaiser is doing with the United States. Honestly, look, I try not to be biased, but I'm such a fanboy right now. This is... It's so good. It's so good. And now another Culverin being trained as well. Artillery foundry being placed in a much better position on the back line here. Not going to get picked off when it's all the way back there. Some artillery moving up for Knuschelbär on the opposite side with the 2 infinite Gatling guns coming in as well. Culverin coming in for Noosh as well. So Kaiserklein obviously realizing that Noosh would be making Culverin of his own. And as a result, he's going to be training up those extra Culverin. He's now got 4 Culverin out on the field. It's going to be tough to out-micro that many Culverin, I'll say that much. That is a lot of Culves. He's going to be able to one-shot both of these Culves. And they're firing off the TC. That's a 6-second recharge time. Be careful, Noosh, be careful. 6 seconds is a long time when it comes to micro fights like this. Now the Gatling guns moving up. Looks like they're going to be taking out the Gatling guns of the opponents. First Culverin going down. Second shot. Oh my god, beautiful shots coming out from the Culverin of Kaiserklein. Really, really nice shots. They just sailed in perfectly. Wonderful micro on the back line. All of the Gatling guns going down. And now the Culverin taking shots off. A huge amount of regulars still. 44 regulars for Kaiserklein versus the 27 of Noosh. He's lost all of his Gatling guns, but he's got all of his Culverins. Hasn't lost a single piece of Culverin at all. Really, really well microed there from Kaiserklein. Incredibly impressive stuff, but a much larger mass as well of veterans, regulars. We've got 25 versus the 41 regulars. We've got 2 more Gatling guns coming out as well on the backline. The Explorer at the same time is doing a little bit of a cheeky siege. But interestingly, so Kaiser used this flag to increase the build speed of his town center, but then he didn't have it on cooldown, but it didn't matter because it was already in such a defensive position in the first place. So it meant that when Knusch pushed in, the flag was already there. It was already providing that health buff that it provides. So for anybody unfamiliar with it, attack damage. It provides a 10% attack damage to all units. So I guess I'm the one that's unfamiliar with it at that point. But we'll take a swing and look over what Knusch was doing. It's going to be real tough for Knusch to hold from here. I'm thinking from Knusch's perspective, what's the best way to hold? And I really don't know, because it's like, all right, I'll train like mass state militia. I've got my veterancy upgrade already. Okay. And then I'll go Colves. But I can't go Colves. He's got 4 Colves. So do we go Huss? Well, you can't go Huss. He's got how many freaking... He's got 41 regulars. He's going to be training a lot more of them, getting the Springfield Armory behind as well. Anybody unfamiliar with the Springfield Armory, it ships an arsenal wagon and enables advanced arsenal improvements and also makes them free. But makes them take longer to train. Now we've got some state militia moving out. Slightly less range than the regular counterparts, at least without the upgrade. There is an upgrade for them, which is a +4 range upgrade. It is a card though, so it is quite a big investment. And Kaiser definitely in a great spot. Now putting down that 3rd town center as well. So really appreciating that he's got the lead and just trying to cement that lead up a 13 villager count at this point. How is he up so many villagers? What's he been doing? This Minutemen just burning down the factory. It's a long while to go. I think we'll switch back to Knusch just because it's going to take that long. But what is... Oh, he sent Irish immigrants. Okay, he sent Irish immigrants. So must have been about the 15-minute mark. This is... Wow, this is a great use of Irish immigrants. I'm curious. There's no real other card that he could send. Like, when you think about it, when you look at this, there's nothing really he can send here other than Irish immigrants. Because he's got a musketeer mass with artillery at the back. There's nothing else to really upgrade with these units. He doesn't need to send long rifles. He doesn't have any state militia out. He doesn't need to send, say, the Tamani Festival, because that's only going to give him 5 Kura de Bar. It's not a particularly large amount. And when it comes to this, like, realistically, yeah, I mean, Pulaski's Legion's probably the next thing that you'd send after this. There's really not much else. So a great choice there for going with Irish and finding a lovely timing with them. So it would have been about an 8 villager shipment. So really just pushing that economy ahead. We've got 13 villagers. Have we got a factory? Knusch still hasn't sent the factory. Knusch, do you not realize that you've got a factory? Has Knusch just forgotten about the factory? I mean, at this point, he's sending long rifles. You know what? I guess at this point, it probably doesn't matter. Like, he's going to get more from long rifles than he's going to get from a factory. Like, sure, you drop a factory down. You should have dropped a factory down 12 minutes ago, Knusch. What are you doing to me? But nonetheless, Knusch now getting a couple of units picked off by those Gatling guns on his opponent. Long rifle shipment has arrived. Those state militia are going to have 17 range on them, so a fair amount of range. Kaiser doing a really good job to avoid this fort. Not fighting near it, not fighting under it, just hanging out, really. He could probably siege it with the Culverin. It'd probably take him about, what, 16, 17 years? Now a bit of a fight breaking out in the base of Kaiserklein. Apologies for not picking this up sooner. You could definitely pick this this factory off without too much of a hassle. You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to just see 3 petards. Send 3-4 petards up here. And it's so unprotected. It's really on the front line. The factory isn't sitting back here. You know, the Minutemen aren't going to be able to pop out and defend it. And for anybody unfamiliar, Minutemen actually get a bonus against petards because the petard is a siege unit, and the Minutemen get a 2x bonus against petards. And now we see Kaiserklein's making petards. Yes, boys, this game has got everything. This game is amazing. This is good stuff. This is exactly the way that you clear this fort. I don't think it's necessary to clear this fort. I think you probably could have gone around it rather than through it. But nonetheless, I mean, this is the correct play. And now the petards are getting slowed down quite a fair bit. Minutemen getting called as well. A lot of units in here. First petard hitting. Do we have a second one going off? We've got the second one that's moving around. It looks like it may get picked off. It gets picked off. No other petards, it looks like. I think 4 of the 5 petards did manage to get picked off. Culverin taking out the Gatling guns on the back line. They don't have the health upgrade yet, so they're going to get one shot by them. Just some collateral damage going down for now. Now the Culverin managing to take out the Culverin of Knuschelbär. And moving back, Knusch actually doing quite a nice hold here. There are a fair bit of Culverin. How many Culverin are there? God, is this treaty? There's 6 Culverin out on the field right now, and one of them just died. That's a lot of Culves, I'm going to be honest. Another Culverin going down. Gatling gun going down as well. No more Gatlings. And Knuschelbär actually holding right now. Knuschelbär not only holding, but actually managing to push out. So we've got 27 State Militia, 17 Regulars, doing a really good job of pushing back Kaiserklein. What the heck? Oh no, and now we see the Chapka Ulans come in. Okay, here comes the cleanup crew. Here comes the cleanup. Just when you thought it was over, the cleanup crew comes in and they're like, oh, I'll bring the vacuum, sir. Indeed, they're gonna bring the vacuums because I tell you what, these guys are gonna what? They're gonna 2-hit, 3-hit, maybe 4-hit the State Militia. Definitely gonna do a nice job. A little bit of pathing going out right there. Not the best, but now the Culverin shooting down Fort Sumter. Another shipment in the bank for Knuschelbär. Nothing really coming in yet. Could be sending those infinite Gatling guns, but going to be losing the majority of his army here. I don't even think those Gatling guns are going to be able to do too much, because these Chapka Ulans are just too strong. These are consulate Chapka Ulans, so they've got their veterancy upgrades, plus an additional 10% on top of that. So very, very strong. Minutemen now coming out on top of, Regulars now coming out on top of the Gatling guns of Kaiserklein. But it just looks like Kaiserklein has pulled ahead way too much in score. I suspect it's going to be very, very difficult for Noosh to be able to pull this out. It looked like he was going to be able to pull a hold, but those Pulaski Legion coming in and really just taking it out, doing an incredible job on just closing that game out, honestly. Even though we're in a position here where it doesn't look like it's, it's too uneven, in my opinion, I just think it's Kaiserklein who's a mile ahead right now. It's got the larger mass and got the much larger economy. We'll take a quick stock take. 67 villages compared to 41. We've got 23 idols as well, so not a lot going on when it comes to the economy. Looking terrible. I don't think we've still got a factory yet. Still no factory yet for Noosh. He must have forgot that he could get that factory in because it... it feels bad, man. It feels bad. Now the Explorer going up. And the town center, the fort now going down. Whole bunch of Gatlings sitting on the back line as well. And finally, we have a lull in the fighting. And with that lull in the fighting, I might take a quick sip of this Red Bull.
It'll take more than that to keep me down.
I wonder if we're going to see anybody implore anyone to resign. I feel like looking at the scores at the moment and knowing the economic situation, that I'd probably, I think it might be a reasonable time to start imploring people. I love the way that Kaiserklein is using... Oh, and Knuschelbär calling the good game and resigning. Well played to Noosh. Incredibly well played to Kaiser. Absolutely love. He just plays so methodically. So methodically. Not a single mistake out of the guy. Incredible Culverin micro. Really well played. Like, just, I love the build order. I love how greedy he's able to get away with that. Despite the opponent pushing in, up, he's still managing to hold, getting those Culverin out in time. Almost preemptive Culverin. I don't think he knew about the... the Gatling guns, so who knows?